where you stream to watch that, watch this, and I'll dive down through this hairy flesh.
Hi and welcome to Watch This. I'm CJ Johnson. Thanks for joining me. Since you're joining me, you obviously like movies, cinema. You might be a movie geek. I certainly am. And I am so excited that Netflix has released The Other Side of the Wind and They'll Love Me When I'm Dead. Two films that are just so exciting to me.
The Other Side of the Wind is the crazy picture. It's not a work of fiction. It's a little of everything. It's kind of a departure in movie making.
Orson Welles was the ultimate independent filmmaker.
Somewhere between Zen master and God.
It's difficult to know objectively just how exciting the simultaneous release on Netflix of Orson Welles' finally finished film, The Other Side of the Wind, and a documentary about that film's production, They'll Love Me When I'm Dead, will be for the general movie watcher. But for me, it's manna from heaven. If cinema is my love, Welles has been my obsession. I've read more books about him, watched more documentaries about him. I've just thought about him more than any other artist in the world, and I'm not alone. Welles inspires devotion because he was just the biggest, baddest, raddest, most ball-bustingly bravura filmmaker there was. He huffed and he puffed and he blew all the doors down.
Citizen Kane, the greatest motion picture ever made.
Do you agree?
No, certainly not.
That's
My
interesting.
next one is, though.
Could you give us the title of that?
I haven't decided what it is yet.
Oh.
Of course, his very grandiosity, the thing about him that makes him so compelling, also made him a pariah to some, and his story, no matter who's telling it, always includes Hollywood's abandonment of him and his years in self-imposed exile, raising money and hell all over Europe and the world, starting many projects and tragically leaving many unfinished. The most famous and infamous of these, the Golden Fleece, is The Other Side of the Wind, except that now, thanks to a smorgasbord of Jasons, it is actually finished, and you can, miraculously, push a button and watch it. But first, watch Morgan Neville's extraordinarily entertaining documentary, They'll Love Me When I'm Dead, also on Netflix. Or read, or should I say, and read the book that inspired that documentary, Orson Welles' Last Movie by Josh Karp, which is similarly delightful and inherently more detailed. Then, once you're up to speed on all the shenanigans, watch The Other Side of the Wind.
The man is infested with disciples. I'm the apostle.
Just like me and God. How could you tell us apart?
Maverick's new movie?
The Other Side of the Wind.
What's that about the movie?
We don't talk about the movie.
It's one of the more meta-cinematic experiences you'll ever have, for reasons that are self-evident and both plainly discussed in They'll Love Me When I'm Dead and Josh Karp's book. The story of a Wellesian director, Jake Hannaford, played by John Huston, on his 70th birthday, having a party and trying to finish his latest film. It's a stylistic tour de force, first and foremost, a flashy, breezy, and often very funny satire on the movies and reflection of Orson Welles' own predicament. If you've seen Orson Welles' superb cinematic essay F for Fake, you'll recognise his editing style and his leading lady and girlfriend, Oja Kodar, here taken to extremes. The cinematic conceit of the main storyline is that almost everyone at Hannaford's party has some form of movie camera, and the film that we're watching is constructed from their footage, so the grain shifts, sometimes we're in black and white, and very few cuts last longer than a couple of seconds. It's propulsive and vibrant and edgy and fresh and unmistakably the work of Orson Welles. He had a true cinematic voice, and it's fully on display here. We're also treated to a hefty selection of scenes from Hannaford's unfinished film, a film within the film, also called The Other Side of the Wind. This is shot and edited in a completely different style, including in a different aspect ratio, being, within the film's construct, not Orson Welles' work, but Jake Hannaford's work. And Hannaford, it turns out, is trying to connect with a late 1960s, early 1970s cineast crowd by making an Antonioni-esque film. Thus, the footage we see is a parody of Antonioni. And if you needed confirmation of that, the house Orson Welles shot Hannaford's party in is the house next door to the house Antonioni blew up at the end of Zabasky Point. Now do you see how deep the games go?
Jake is just making it up as he goes along. He's done it before. The Ernest Hemingway of the cinema.
I just want to know what he represents.
If you love Orson Welles, you'll be seeing both They'll Love Me When I'm Dead and The Other Side of the Wind. If you're new to Orson Welles, I urge you, give them both a try, but regardless, watch the documentary first. It makes the film itself a vitally richer experience.
Let us raise our cups to our crazy and beloved profession, to the movies.